Bravo's good at putting the girls on a bus and then making sure they fight. Do you like Sheree?
She's alright. She started a lot of drama, like you said. She
More than Kenya, or who starts more drama?
Oh, Sheree starts a lot.
Wow, you gave Kenya a pass? Remember when Marlo was mad at Kenya for not inviting her to her housewarming? She didn't want her in her house?
Yeah.
How come Sheree just had Marlo pull up to her house and wouldn't let her in her house?
Huh.
Now, Marlo didn't catch that shade. Shame on you, Marlo.
I'm looking for too much sympathy. First, she showed her the glass, what he did. So, in other words, if you didn't immediately jump on him, you didn't immediately cuss him out, we got a problem.
Hi, my beautiful people. Platinum Rose here. I have two guests in the house. Zoe and my hubby. Say hi, babe.
Hello.
So 2 weeks in a row, you guys. We are blessed. So this is Real Housewives of Atlanta. Season 9, episode 12. With that being said, let's get started!
Alright.
So my hubby wants to go per segment instead of myself stopping it every couple of seconds, like I like to do. We're starting with Kenya and Phaedra in the store, I guess a sporting goods store, shopping for some stuff for the glamping trip. And Phaedra does seem to be trying to go in for, but try to give Porsha a pass. Because she's even though she wasn't singing squat while they were jumping on her last week, she's trying to say, well, you know, she was going to anger management and I think she's getting help.
Right. Alright. That's good. It seems like she's trying to take over Porsha a little bit now.
She's trying to have Portia's back right now. And Kenya is all like, I'm still not convinced she has her anger under control. And then we're back and forth, flashing to Porsha with her anger management coach or therapist or whatever he's supposed to be. I don't trust him at all. Do you think he's doing a good job?
Why don't you trust him?
Why? Think of the two things that we saw in his scene that would make me not trust his motherfucking ass. No one, his teeth. He looked like he'd been chewing on bricks. I don't trust that. It's 2017, and at this filming, it was 2016. So what's going on with Burman's teeth? Number one. Number two, that office is messy as F. You don't have your house in order. It's too messy. Right? You didn't catch that? You know I got a problem with that.
You got a problem with it, I mean, yeah. If that's your problem with it, yeah. It's messy. I don't know if that has anything to do with him being a good therapist.
And he's sitting there looking angry his damn self. To me, his body language to me, his face is all scrunched up and crazy looking, and he's... You know, I gotta look at the details. So, right?
I've never had a therapist, so I don't know what questions. I don't know. I guess it needs more of what he's asking. So far, this seems like on the surface. Stuff on the surface, what he's asking her to do and try out. We have to see if it works.
Well, it's supposed to be a minute by at this point, and it's not working clearly. And she's still putting her problems on everybody else. It's everybody else's fault. She's like, oh, I was attacked. She still uses that attack word, you know. She was bullied, and he co-signed that she was getting bullied. He says it sounds like you were being bullied.
Yeah, listening to her, he said it sounds like you being bullied. So he's just telling her tactics of what to do in the future if she feels that way, if that happens again. So we just have to see how it works.
Yeah, well, Porsha to me is not getting any type of help, and I want to see this dude's credentials because I'm not convinced he's a legitimate therapist. I think the production hired him and said, this is your role. Go in there and sit there and ask her some questions and act like she's getting some help before we get sued. Remember Kenya was going to sue her when she grabbed her hair that time on the reunion?
Right.
She was going to sue Porsha, and Porsha actually lost her peace behind the violent outburst. So I'm not convinced this dude is a legitimate Therapist, number one. Okay. So Phaedra's telling Kenya that she was embarrassed and it was like some ghetto whatever. That was insulting as hell. What is that?
She said it was the same ghetto.
Phaedra's ghetto.
She would know.
Okay.
She would know. She was basically telling she felt that Kenya and Candy was going after
Porsha.
Porsha.
Which again, Porsha has her hot buttons, and anybody that wants anything to come out of her knows exactly which buttons to press. There's a map right to her that should be on her forehead because she still has not gotten herself under control. And she did walk away though.
She walked away, and according to Kenya, because I would be mad too if they discuss it going on a trip, and you gonna ask me how's my anger management. What did that have to do with going on the trip?
Again, it's how you handle that. You're right. But she could have easily deflected that in 2 seconds. She could have easily, she got all in her feelings immediately. That's what my point is.
No, because Candy co-signed on it. So then she felt like, okay, now they acting like I got an anger management problem. And they asking questions about how long she's been going on it. Do she have a certificate? Do she have that? Anybody would get upset.
Right. Look, my battery again. This is ridiculous. Yeah, she did ask if she had a certificate and this and that and the other. But again, Porsha still is so feeble-minded that she doesn't know how to let things just roll by. You know, everything doesn't need a reaction. You know, everybody doesn't have to participate in the circus. If somebody says something that you think is clownish and you can't reflect it back, you can't boomerang it back, you haven't developed those skills, you need to learn how to shut it down mentally and keep it moving. And don't let people see you sweat. Immediately Kenya knew she was upset. It took her 2 seconds to define her being upset. Porsha calls Candy 4'2" little girl. Excuse you?
Right.
That was rude. See, Porsha loves to call other people names or talk out of the side of her neck about other people, but then she's being bullied. Really? That was rude. No matter, I mean, you can't tell the therapist, refer to Candy by her name when you're explaining to a therapist. This is a therapy session. You're calling names right there. He should have stopped it. Now, wait a minute, right there. Right there. No matter how hostile you are, why are you name calling? He didn't. Unprofessional, unqualified, and unqualified.
Well, she should have said it to Candy. If she had a problem with Candy, she should have said it to Candy, not the therapist. But at the same time, that's what she's paying for. So, I mean, you know, that's what he's there for, to listen.
Right. Well, he's not fixing her because he's letting her go on with her bullshit.
Well, he gave advice, so we have to see if the advice works.
Right.
To take a little partner with you, somebody that basically gonna co-sign and back you up.
Mm-hmm. So Cynthia decides she needs to go talk to Matt. She asked Kenya if that would be okay because she went over to Kenya's house and saw some broken stuff. Now, right there, as soon as she said she needed to speak to Matt, I was like, Cynthia, with your non-communicating ass with Peter, you're in the midst of a divorce, but then she meets with Matt and she starts out. Now, I'm no relationship expert, and I would have been like, why are you here then? Don't say nothing. But Matt doesn't say that because he's a gentleman. Matt is very courteous to most people. He is very courteous until he gets apparently some liquor in him. Then he goes off. So, what was Cynthia right in going over there to speak to Matt? Was she being helpful or being nosy? Whoops. Or was she being nosy?
I guess she went out, I mean, for a girl to ask. But she had to say something about she's not a relationship expert because the average person would be like, didn't you just go to divorce?
Right.
So why are you even over here asking me questions?
Asking all these questions.
So, yeah, I can see why she said that.
Right. Should she have bothered even? Why? I mean, I guess she needs some screen time because Peter's no longer in the mix. And what is her storyline at this point? Nothing but being Kenya's friend at this point.
Well, she tired of Kenya crying and whining about Matt. So she probably I'm tired of you crying and whining. Let me go see if I can say something.
Right. and see if she can get a true beat. But you know what? I already see what's going to happen. First of all, Cynthia is sitting there. The minute she says Kenya's a drama queen, right there, you don't have her back. You're not there for the right reasons. You're not there for your girl. You don't know how to do that. You don't know how to do that.
Well, she telling the truth.
She is telling the truth. You know my husband doesn't like Kenya. I have to remind you guys.
I ain't lying about that.
Well, they're all drama queens.
Plus,
though.
if she wanted to open up and Matt to be truthful, she got to be real.
She has to throw Kenya under the bus.
That ain't throwing her. She just being real. She's a drama queen. So she got to be honest about at least that part. If you wanted to open up, you can't go there. Don't say nothing about my girl. She's the world. She's perfect.
You don't have to say that.
What about you? So she know that.
He didn't say squat yet.
Right, but that's like chill. She opened it up. Oh, okay, well, she ain't perfect. She's a drama queen. So what's going on? And then somebody's more at ease to talk.
I see what you're saying, baby, but I would have kept my trap shut and just asked him what the hell is going
Lord
on.
knows somebody badmouth Kenya.
No, I would just say I wouldn't have thrown her under the bus like that. I would have been like, what's going on, Matt? What's up? And let him talk first. Now, if he sounds like he needs opening up or whatever, then maybe you could say something. If he says she's a drama queen, well, you know your girl's a drama queen, that's coming from him. You know, Cynthia don't know how Kenya is in a relationship. Cynthia can't run a freaking... And you guys know I like Cynthia. But Cynthia cannot keep a relationship together. She chooses... When she finally gets married, old as hell, she chooses the wrong dude. So, boom, blank, period. She's not qualified to say squat to anybody.
Cynthia's under the gun.
Yes, Cynthia is under the gun. Cynthia is under the gun, and production set her up to be under the gun. So I will make note of Cynthia's shortcomings when it comes to relationship. She effed up with Leon. Whatever happened there, she had a baby who had to be raised without her daddy being there 100% of the time. That was Cynthia. Cynthia was pursued by many suitors, and she chose Peter. And then stayed with him because everybody was on her ass telling her she shouldn't have married Peter. So it's, to me, Cynthia, when it comes to relationship, ass backwards. And her mama said it herself. She says, I wasn't able to keep two marriages together either. So you're in good company.
Kenny sent her over there to talk to him.
She did not. Cynthia brought it up. If we believe the storyline the way it's going, yeah. Cynthia looks at the carnage, the breakages and everything, the damage in Kenya's house, and says, woo, what's going on here? Kenya says, Matt done fucked up my shit. And she goes, you want me to talk to him? And then Kenya agreed, sure.
Right. If she the one, she should have said no.
Cynthia, but the point is, Cynthia brought it up.
Oh.
So how crazy was that?
Yeah, that was real crazy.
So it's Shemaya's engagement party. She's getting married. It's a white party. Everyone shows up in white except for the housewives. Except for Candy, because Candy threw it, and Candy threw a white party, but didn't inform the housewives it was a white party. But to Shemaya's horror, first of all, Porsha and Frick and Frack are not there. Neither Frick nor Frack are there. Porsha and Phaedra are not there. But how about, and Shemaya to me seems like she'd be a good friend, right? Mm-hmm. Sheree's big mouth, once again. Now you see her say, I don't want to bring anything up. It's her engagement party. But how about she couldn't wait to bring it up. Candy actually brought up the subject. She goes, Kenya and Porsha had it out again because we wanted to know what was going on with the anger management. Now keep in mind why Phaedra and Porsha are not there. They are not cool with Candy right now. And Phaedra doesn't really like Shemaya because it was brought up that Phaedra, a couple of episodes ago, it was brought up that Phaedra was trying to holler at somebody's husband, right? So Phaedra, true to form, threw somebody else under the bus, and she's like, oh, Phaedra said that? Oh, Phaedra F's everybody's husband. What? And that's how it came up. She never addressed the fact that she was hollering at somebody else's husband. Because, and I believe that to be true because, Phaedra, it sounds like she would say, oh, you married her, not me? And that was to Shemea's husband, or ex, or whatever. So, Shemea finds out, horrifyingly enough, that Porsha did not defend her when her name got dragged through the mud and it was said that she sleeps with everyone's husband. So who's the friend there?
It didn't seem like it was nobody's friend. That was, the whole thing was, the scene was inappropriate. Them even bringing that up at that time. But yeah, she definitely hurt that Court and them. Porsha didn't come to her defense.
And we see flashbacks of Porsha saying nothing. Not saying squat about Shemea. Right. And they're supposed to be ace-boo coons from years now.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy. And they're talking about this during her engagement party, which is foul as hell to me. I mean...
Yeah. That would ruin the whole party right there.
It would ruin the whole party. True or not true? Why are you talking about that at my freaking party? What kind of crap is that? But Shemea to me seems like she's just happy to be on the Housewives. Is Marlo in this scene? Did we just see Marlo?
I don't think so.
So there's there's a singer there, a new face. There's 2 new faces there. And one's a singer. But neither one of these people get to speak during this scene. Her dogs are not raggedy.
Damn dog on my house.
So Cynthia's explaining how the conversation went with Matt. And she really isn't able to say everything that was said before Kenya is immediately incensed. Because she said that she was melodramatic or drama queen or whatever she said. She immediately got angry. As well she should have. I would have been angry too. But I would have been able to be quiet long enough for her to say everything that was said. Because I'm going to see it rewound anyway. So, but yeah, I get why Kenya was upset. Because she's trying to get the story out. Like you said, she says she's a drama queen. And she want to hear it. So how should that have gone then?
She's a loose cannon.
Who's a loose cannon?
She didn't even let her get out exactly what was all she was trying to say. She just said she was a drama queen and she just took over and went off from there. Okay, you said that, so what else did you say? What did he say? What else was said? She just went off and somebody said she's a loose cannon. So another way, I would tell her, get your dogs and get out of my house.
Does she have, oh my God. Cynthia is, like I said, first of all, Kenya, how is she cool with Cynthia again after that Nene incident? Anyway, I don't know. Because she did play her to the left when it came to Nene. So right there, that would have been a wrap for me. She showed her colors then. Remember?
Right.
Right. So Kenya has every right in the book because she knows how the shit went because Cynthia has done it before. She's done it before. So it's not Kenya being a loose cannon. It's Kenya knowing how the F Cynthia is when it comes to being a friend.
Like you said, she didn't wait to let her get out the whole conversation of what everything was said. The minute she said, I said you was a drama, you can. She said you can be. She didn't say you were. She said you can be a drama queen. And she just went off, so she got some issues.
She did defend Kenya a little bit with Matt when she was saying, you can't be doing that.
Right, but she didn't let her tell her that part.
Right. So let's see if they can remain friends. Kenya doesn't have a lot of friends. She didn't go to that, she didn't go to the engagement party for Shemea, because she doesn't get along with Shemea. Porsha wasn't there either, and neither was Phaedra. But really, Kenya is only friends with Cynthia as far as being friends. She's cordial now, if you'll believe that part of it, with Phaedra, which I don't believe for 2 seconds. And Candy and her, not really. There's still all that water under the bridge from that contract, which was Phaedra's fault for effing that up. And, of course, Porsha and her enemies, sworn enemies, from the word go, from when they first met. They've never really been cool since then. So, yeah, Kenya has to think, she's not getting along with anybody except Cynthia. And Cynthia gets along with everybody, but she's just not close with anybody. Because she had Peter.
Right.
So Shemaya is completely disgusted with Porsha. Porsha goes to Shemaya's house to visit her. And it's brought up that, Shemaya brings it up, you missed my party? Porsha's like, well, here's a gift anyway. I couldn't be around toxic females. But Shemaya quickly brings it up. I hear this, when people talk about me, you sit there like, cat got your tongue, what's up?
Right.
And Porsha's like, I don't remember anything being said bad about you. I don't remember what I did or said or what didn't. Da, da, da. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Shemaya had a good point. Everyone's telling you be careful because everyone's saying
backstabber.
She's a backstabber. Phaedra's a backstabber. So of course I know what's going on, and what's going on is that just like Kenya, Porsha doesn't have a lot of friends on this little crew. Phaedra will laugh and kiki with her, and she's frick to her frack. But other than that, Phaedra's now falling out with, Portia's now falling out with Candy. She's not cool with Kenya. Her and Cynthia have zero in common, so they're not buddies. And Sheree and her are not friends like that. They have nothing in common. So the only one that she can glam onto is Phaedra, because Phaedra has, none of these females are friends. None of them have friends, really, when you look at it.
Well, obviously the show keep them fighting.
Right. And that's the thing. See, she can't say that to Shemaya though. Because Portia's like, this is my check. I just bought this $1 million house. I got this Phantom, even though it may be paid off. I got to put gas in this bitch. So I can't make enemies with Phaedra because she's the closest thing I have to a friend on this show. And you have slept with everybody's husband in Atlanta.
I don't know about that, but Porsha had to come clean. She knows the tape, so she couldn't say I didn't sit there and say nothing, because she knows she's sitting there with her mouth closed when they brought it up that she was sleeping with everybody. So she said, I may have said it and I may not have. Well, she knows what she's on tape not saying nothing.
Right.
So she felt bad.
She felt a little bad. And the girl Shemaya had a good point. She said, I've known you for 10 years. So be careful with this new friend. And like I said, Porsha's sitting there. She really want to say, she's not my friend. I don't even like females friends. But females cannot be trusted.
But she told her Phaedra been talking about you behind your back for a long time. Telling you dumb and everything else.
Right. And I said that. I said that too. Phaedra has always belittled Porsha, and she's that's how Phaedra is. She'll talk about anybody behind their back. So, but she has definitely done that with Porsha. And when they buddied up all of a sudden, when her and Candy fell out, it was super clear what was going on, because she has no respect for Porsha. Zero. And messy as Sheree, she's gonna go over to Kenya's house. She has a huge, big new house, and she's going to put snacks on her. She's gonna put supermarket snacks on her steps for her company. What? Sheree is what the hell? And what friend shows up? Marlo. You guys know I like Marlo, but Sheree has no friends on this crew either. She has to enlist Marlo as her friend. That's who she has to drag along to have her back, while she brings up dumb shit against the other girls and throws them under the bus. They're pulling up to Kenya's crib, I guess, so that they can get ready to go on this glamping trip. And Sheree is tickled purple when she sees that Porsha is going on this damn trip. Because she loves to be able to start mess, start drama. She knows there's tension and drama between Porsha and Kenya. She knows there's tension and drama between Porsha and Candy. Phaedra's gonna be on the trip. So it's gonna Sheree's a hot, juicy mess. And she's brought Marlo along just in case Porsha didn't show up. Nobody knows Marlo's coming. Who's Marlo? Marlo's a drama queen. Sheree can't stand Kenya, so Marlo's there to make sure there's some mess going on with Kenya. She brought her to that last thing so that Marlo and Kenya could get into it, and it worked. So why is Sheree such a hot mess?
Sheree has always been a hot mess.
Yeah, well, it was her own hot mess though before. Now she's just inciting stuff between the other girls. When she pulled Kim's wig a few years back and tried to snatch off her wig, that was between Sheree and Kim. To me, Sheree cannot fight well. She can't argue. She's a horrible arguer. You can always get her heated because she's always stuttered. You know, she gets frustrated really quick. You know, so she would like the other girls to fight so she could say this and that. And then, ooh, get her. Now get her.
Right.
That's her function. She's not going to get a peach that way. But I don't know if she's supposed to have a peach at this point or not. But that's what Sheree's function is. And Sheree is working my nerves more and more by the episode. Sheree starts all the drama. Sheree's a drama starter. Oh, I just thought that such and such should be aware. Since her stuff came out, your stuff should come out too. Fuck out of here. So Portia's ass called Sheree to the carpet on her mess. She's like, what happened the other day? I'm glad that she didn't just tell her what happened. What happened the other day? And Sheree, like I said, had to be like, well, since we talked about such and such, you know, and we talked about her behind her back, she was talking about behind her back. I just thought everyone should know and talk about, but Porsha wasn't even there.
Right.
Kind of.
Portia's right to call out on that.
She really was. So it's a good thing Sheree didn't try to lie and act like something else happened. Because, but again, Sheree loves to say something, just like Phaedra does, loves to say something about somebody when they're not there. Such and such says such and such about such and such. Well, where are the other two people? Where are the two people that we're talking about? They're not here. What? So that's messy as F. You know? You're so busy trying not to let people talk about people behind their back, but that's what you're doing when you bring it up like that.
Right.
Crazy. That's why these group freaking situations. But you know what? That's why Real Housewives of Atlanta is #1. All the Housewives franchise are #1 because chicks are messy. They're jealous and they're messy. And you can't do these groups where somebody knows somebody's feelings got hurt by somebody 17 years ago. Fuck that bitch, let's talk about her. Portia's feelings are hurt. Oh, but anyway, Sheree's trifling because Sheree tried to get Phaedra to her house to stand outside in the freaking humidity in Atlanta. And I'm guessing it was the summer. And how about Phaedra? Oh, backstabber as always. She goes to Kenya's house because she knows the normal people are going to be at Kenya's house. So Portia's feelings are hurt. But how about Porsha brought Lauren, Candy brought her friend who wasn't in the group, and Sheree's bringing Marlo. So there's 3 separate people at least that were not even invited onto the trip. What is that? Is that rude?
Yeah, that's crazy. Obviously, they was all thinking the same because 3 of them brought a friend.
Right. So they know that. But you know what? Phaedra doesn't have any friends to bring. So Phaedra is the most concerned because she's like, oh, all these. First of all, it's her trip. You know, it's her trip. No one even asked her permission to bring extra people. And she's just sitting there like, what? And then, of course, like I said, Phaedra doesn't have any extra friends to bring. So she's sitting there outnumbered. And that's her main concern. Right. If some shit jumps off, I don't have anybody. No one has my back. Because now she knows her and Porsha are on the outs. Porsha already knew. So she wasn't going to come if she couldn't bring her sister. Which makes sense to me. Cynthia and Kenya are buddies. So they have each other. And Sheree brought Marlo so that she could push Marlo out there to do all her dirty work. And everyone's disgusted before they even get on this beautiful bus. Kenya is not right. So Marlo announced that she's going to be taking questions on fashion and glamming and blah, blah, blah. And the girl that Kenya didn't bring her, Candy brought her. She says, why are we asking her? She whispers to Kenya. Kenya's like, she wants to know, why are we asking you? Oh, poor Marlo. So her feelings was hurt. They're not even freaking a block from the house. And the girl's very pretty, so she compliments her. If there were skin questions, you're very beautiful, I would ask you. But she's visibly shaking, and I'm sure she quickly found out, is this Kenya's friend? But she finds out it's Candy's friend, I'm sure, immediately, so that she doesn't have to jump on Kenya fully. And Kenya didn't say it; the girl said it. The innocent, nice, cute little girl. So that was crazy. So Porsha pulls out a letter, a piece of paper that's folded up, and presents it as her doctor's note. Here, since y'all asking about my anger management situation, here's a doctor's note. And it's a joke. It is clearly a joke. But it quickly turns into, let's attack Porsha again. Because, of course, everyone's still a little up in arms because there's extra people on the trip you weren't mentally prepared for, is what I think happened. I don't know. Why did it go left so quick?
Well, that's been on Porsha's chest, so she wanted to get it off, but I'm surprised she mentioned that as soon as they got on.
She was trying to make a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she didn't realize that they were going to be like, because Candy and her talking head and the bus, she's not laughing. She's all like, what? Well, huh? And Kenya's all like, that's some bullshit. And everyone else, there's three people that aren't even familiar with the situation, what's going on. And Phaedra's clearly trying to say, oh, let's not attack Porsha. And then Lauren, Porsha's normally quiet sister, hopped in a few times because she was getting attacked. She did sound like she was getting jumped on. But of course, Porsha's thing is, even though she's trying to make a joke, Porsha to me is not funny, but she thinks she's funny. Ever since this radio show job has, where she's supposed to be funny opposite Ricky Smiley, she thinks she's funny, but not really at all. But she's trying. I appreciate what Porsha was trying to do. She was trying to make a joke of herself, but she really wasn't joking. She really didn't want it to go too far. And the girls that didn't think it was funny, because nobody really thought it was funny, kind of immediately went back to, well, are you still a crazy, mad person? And she was disgusted immediately, of course. And her sister got mad and was disgusted. And they attacked her again. And then trapped on a bus. And this is kind of similar to when Nene lashed out at Kim. I believe it was at Kim, and they were trapped on a bus then. So yeah, Bob was good at putting the girls on a bus and then making sure they fight.
Right.
And that was the end of the episode. I loved it. I was there for it. You guys know I love your comments, so be sure to leave your comments and what you thought, and this is going to be continued next week. But make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'm probably going to put up like 3 videos tomorrow because we're doing Jumpstart January and I'm way behind. So thanks for watching. Please be sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye! Say bye, babe.
Bye.
Baby, if you go to sleep, don't be snoring on film.